there's some topics that we're going to talk about while I run around Moonland. So one of them is Unreal Engine 5. And one of the reasons we chose Unreal Engine 5 is the quality out of the gate is far superior than anything I've seen to date. This is... Now, of course, you have to know what you're doing. But with Unreal, you have the ability now to use crazy high polys. Some of these rocks are quite high polygonal count, but you'd never tell because of nanite. Nanite allows it to be... It does a screen space processing of triangulation, so it actually lets it so you can... Right now, say the doggo statue, I can't actually... I don't know how to turn on debug while I'm playing the EXE of the game, but the game itself, if I load up the Unreal Engine, which maybe I'll do later, I can show you the debug of what nanite is and how it works. One of the other things that really, really helps, not a lot of people know about lighting, but a lot of times in CG, when you're lighting something, it gives you a really black shadow. Well, this is the simplest way I can talk about Lumen, the new lighting technology that's behind Unreal Engine 5. It allows you to do something called screen space global illumination, and it's an upgrade from its ray tracing, which was its way of when not to get complicated, but when a light ray, let me go back to this. Boom. Yes, when a light ray passes through from a light to me, it is sending billions of photons at me from the light. When they hit my skin, they actually get color from anything they hit, and then they bounce off with a little bit of that color reflecting. So light itself is nothing but a reflection. And for us, this means that in-game, instead of placing 20 lights, we can place one. We literally can place one light. Now, that's not to be said for things like this unfinished glowing sign. That's a light. But do you see how it actually allows it to glow into the reflection of the metal? And do you see I'm actually reflecting? Now, back in the day, we used to have screen space reflections. Now, with the global illumination, we're actually able to get full, real reflections of the environment, not just that's in the screen itself, but that's actually from behind us. So that little thing there is actually generating a reflection in the metal. And that is incredible. With a speed of, I think we tried it on a 2060, so that's a video card. We tried running our game on a 2060 recently, and it didn't work at all, and I freaked out, and I was losing my beep. And what happened was that after was it a Windows or a driver update? I can't remember. Eric, if you're out there, whichever one, it did work still. Now, I think I'm running at 160, 200 frames a second on my 4090 here. But I think he still got a good 30 to 60. So, again, we're a smaller team, and we wanted to use tools that allowed us to grow big, grow fast, build out our ideas quickly, and also with minimal bugs. So we've done a silo development that has worked really well. This key part. Unreal 5 comes from Unreal. It comes from Unreal 1, which was... You guys can find the date when it was out there. I still remember playing... I think I got... On PC Gamer Magazine, I got a copy of the Unreal 1 and installed it on Windows 95, would it have been? Or was it 98? Anyway, it was incredible. You're in a crash ship. It was like they had a single-player mode. It was really fun. And I had no idea that one day I'd be using the Unreal Engine to build games. That was before I left home. Okay, so yeah, the history of the Unreal Engine is that Unreal Engine 3 was awful, but it was beautiful. It was what Gears of War was made in. Unreal Engine 2 If we go back, it was Lineage 2. That game was originally built in. Maybe it might even have been Unreal Engine 1, but I think it was 2X. They had that version stood for a long time. And then 3 was Gears of War, and then 4 pushed Gears of War and a bunch of other games. And now, with Unreal Engine 4 and 5, we've seen Street Fighter, Final Fantasy, Gears of War. Many MMOs have switched to it. It's become the engine of choice. Well, that's not fair. You need a higher-end computer to run it. So, with Unreal Engine, if you want to see everything proper, you kind of need a good computer. But you can make mobile games. With Unreal Engine 5, they can run on mobile. So, you can output a lower resolution, really efficient game. But the engine itself, it takes up a bit of resources. So that's why if you're doing something that really needs no resources, build your own engine. But if you have an older computer and you're looking to actually just like get into game development, oh, there's the name. There we go. Where are you? Oh, it's Danny. I mean, sorry, it's not Kieran. Anyway, if you're getting into game development and you have a computer that's not super fast, like maybe you have a mobile, mobile video cards aren't that great. Maybe you have a 10 series video card. Well, get Unity and start practicing. Our main dev, Brandon, will attest to this. And he's made the switch to Unreal, but he loves Unity. He's worked in it for years. He really, I want to say fought, but he didn't fight. He really, pushed it. We originally made our character creator in Unity, which is for the web. But now we have a whole different way to go about that. And like before, we said, we're free to play. So we'll be getting people in even before we build up the world to start testing and jumping in, breaking our stuff so we can make it better for you guys.